Zechariah, I am zealous for Zion. Zechariah 9:1 through 11:17. Lesson 4. Introduction. 1. The last 6 chapters of the book of Zechariah contain 2 burdens, weighty words for judgment. A. The burden against Israel's enemies, Zechariah 9:1 through 2. B. The burden against Israel herself, Zechariah 12:1. 2. There is sharp contrast between these chapters and the first 8. A. Prompting some to suggest they may have been written by a different author. B. While others, myself included, believe they were written much later in the life of Zechariah. 3. Though the temple was completed by this time and Zechariah's initial work a success, A. His work as a prophet was not over. B. Through him the Lord has much to say about the future of Israel, with glimpses concerning the coming Messiah, Jesus. In this lesson we shall survey the first burden, which contains words of judgment against Israel's longtime enemies, while offering words of hope to Israel herself. Judgment against Israel's enemies. A. Against Syria. 1. Against its leading cities, Damascus, Tyre, and Sidon, Zechariah 9:1 and 2. 2. Despite her strength and wealth, the Lord will bring destruction, Zechariah 9:3 and 4. Many commentaries point to the conquests of Alexander the Great as the fulfillment of this prophecy, circa 333 BC. B. Against Philistia. 1. Her cities, Gaza, Ekron, Ascalon, will be dismayed, Zechariah 9:5. 2. Strangers will abide there. Those that remain will be for God, Zechariah 9:6 and 7. 3. In contrast, God will protect his house, or Israel, Zechariah 9:8. Alexander the Great did not destroy Jerusalem as he made his way through Palestine. Verse 8 might actually belong to what follows. If so, then it begins with what appears to be designed to provide comfort to Israel concerning her future. Israel's hope for the future. A. Her king is coming. 1. The promise of a king, Zechariah 9:9a. 2. The character of the king, Zechariah 9:9b. 3. The nature of his kingdom, Zechariah 9:10. A. A peaceful kingdom. B. A universal reign. That Jesus fulfilled this passage is taught in the New Testament, Matthew 21:1 through 7, 28:18, Ephesians 1:22, and 2:14 through 17. B. God will save his people. 1. Her prisoners will be delivered even from her enemies, like Greece, Zechariah 9:11 through 13. 2. The Lord will lead them to victory and glory, Zechariah 9:14 through 17. The fulfillment of this passage may be figurative, alluding to the spiritual victory we have in Christ. See Luke 4:16 through 21. Some, however, believe Zechariah is returning to the theme of Israel overcoming the Greeks in the time of Alexander. C. Israel will be restored. 1. The people are encouraged to seek blessings from the Lord, not idols, Zechariah 10:1 and 2. 2. The Lord will provide proper shepherds, Zechariah 10:3 through 5. A. The old leaders removed. B. New leaders raised up to lead them to victory. 3. Both Judea and Joseph, Ephraim, will be redeemed and restored, Zechariah 10:6 through 8. 4. Though sown among the nations, they shall remember and return, Zechariah 10:9 through 11. 5. Strengthened in the Lord, they shall walk in his name, Zechariah 10:12. While speaking in terms that may have been meaningful to the Israelites of that day, this section may also have its fulfillment in the work of Christ through the gospel. D. but not without judgment. 1. With great imagery, coming judgment is described. Zechariah 11:1-3. A. Coming by the way of the north, Lebanon. B. In which the shepherds in particular wail for their loss. 2. Zechariah is told to feed a flock destined for slaughter. Zechariah 11:4-6. A. Whose owners and shepherds do not pity them. B. For a time is coming when the Lord would not pity his flock. 3. Zechariah does so, but not for long. Zechariah 11:7-14. A. He starts by making 2 staffs, one called beauty, the other bonds. B. He feeds the flock, but not without opposition from other shepherds. C. He gives up on the flock, breaking his staff. 1. The breaking of beauty, symbolizing the breaking of the covenant. 2. He is paid 30 pieces of silver and is told to throw it to the potter. 3. Then he breaks bonds, which symbolizes the break of the brotherhood between Judea and Israel. 4. Zechariah is then told to take the implements of the foolish shepherd. Zechariah 11:15-17. A. For the Lord will one day raise up a foolish shepherd. B. One who will not care for the flock, upon whom judgment will come. 5. What is this chapter about? A. Many see in it the destruction that befell Israel and Jerusalem by the hands of the Romans in AD 70. B. Because Israel's shepherds, leaders, rejected the good shepherd, for which they paid a paltry 30 pieces of silver. See Matthew 27:1-10. They were rejected by God. Conclusion. 1. The last 6 chapters of Zechariah have been described as some of the most difficult in the Bible. A. The difficulty lies in discerning the true fulfillment of these prophecies. B. Not only their initial fulfillment, but whether a double fulfillment was intended as well. Even the apostles were unable to fully discern Old Testament prophecy without the Lord's help. See Luke 24:44-47. 2. As with all Old Testament prophecy, I recommend the following. A. Where the inspired writers of the New Testament have provided inspired interpretation, we should certainly hold to what they wrote. B. But on those prophecies of the Old Testament where New Testament writers have not commented, we should be very cautious. 1. We can offer our understanding as to what they pertain. B. But we should abstain from developing doctrines or practices based upon our uninspired interpretations of such prophecy. 3. Indeed, if the Lord had wanted us to know, A. I am persuaded the New Testament would have been made known. B. Just as it did the mystery of the gospel, see Romans 16:25-26 and Ephesians 3:3-5. Part of that mystery that had been hidden so long was contained in these very words of Zechariah. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding on a donkey, a colt, the foal of a donkey. Zechariah 9:9. And again, then I said to them, if it is agreeable to you, give me my wages, and if not, refrain. So they weighed out for my wages 30 pieces of silver, and the Lord said to me, throw it to the potter. That princely price they set on me. So I took the 30 pieces of silver and threw them into the house of the Lord for the potter. Zechariah 11:12-13. Yes, the mystery concerning one who was coming to be their king. He has come, but some rejected him for 30 pieces of silver. See Matthew 27:1-10. Have you rejected Jesus from being your king for what is a paltry sum in comparison to the blessings he provides? See Acts 2:36-38. Here ends our study of Zechariah, I am zealous for Zion, Lesson 4.